Bone is the most transplanted human material after blood. As a society, we're replacing millions of joints per year, oftentimes because of just a couple millimeters of damaged cartilage. So what we did that was different, we took the leap and said, well, if cells grew our bodies in the first place and repair our bodies every day, why can't we use them as an ingredient to make new bone and cartilage? At EpiBone, we're growing bone, cartilage, and combinations of bone and cartilage. Yeah. We're transforming the standard of care. No more metal implants. I'm Nina Tandon. I'm CEO and co-founder of EpiBone.
I'm Sarindr Bhumiratana, CSO and co-founder of EpiBone.
You started off in the lab at a university.
That's right.
And now you are a startup, a big startup. You made a bone in the lab and it worked. And when was that?
That was around 2012-13.
This study was so cool that it ended up in a top-tier academic journal, PNAS, Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and also ended up in the Sunday Times. And it's what motivated us to enroll in Columbia's IE program, Innovation Entrepreneurship. It was a great boot camp for us. And at the end of the IE program, that's when we incorporated the company. We had this beautiful moment. We've just completed a first-in-human clinical trial in bone. We just got our second clinical trial greenlit.
You've already implanted those bones in humans, is that right? In the FDA first round, and that worked.
We performed a 6-patient clinical trial that completed last summer. We replaced jaw bones in patients.
This is human model of human jaw. So this is the model of what we did in the patient is to reconstruct the mandibular. And this is the bioreactor where we grow the bone inside. And we keep the cells alive all the way through implantation.
You've created something as if it were in the human body.
Right.
And even though it was only a 6-patient trial, there was a lot of diversity in our patient set. We treated patients that were male, female, ranging in age from 18 to 59. And we saw the same trends with all of the patients, which was that the bones fit perfectly, no adverse events related to our product, and the bones integrated and vascularized within about 4 to 6 months.
Every bone in the body has different shape, different thickness. So it can be thin, it can be thick, it can have a lot of curvature. This is where engineering come in.
We're talking about you making parts of humans. You're growing them. And this has been science fiction for hundreds of years, the idea of like growing a person. You can't grow a whole person, but you can grow part of them. And it's real. It really is part of them, even though you grew it in the lab.
Cells are the active ingredient. Cells don't know if they're inside a body or not. So if we're really good as engineers at mimicking those natural conditions for tissue development, the better the cells grow the tissue.
And this is a clean room where tissue can be grown for human implantation, and we have grown bone grafts in here.
And you grow the bone cells from the stem cells, from the person you're going to implant that piece of bone into. Does the same apply to cartilage?
No, the gold standard that clinicians use nowadays is a bone cartilage graft taken from cadaver. Then we come to the drawing board. Why don't we grow cartilage from a standard high quality cells, bank cells? Now we can grow hundreds of cartilage pieces.
You have a factory, a cartilage factory.
Yep, we're just relieving the supply constraints for fresh osteochondral tissue.
So you can mass produce pieces of cartilage.
Grow them in parallel.
And then you can implant that and you won't get a rejection problem because it's primarily cartilage.
That's right.
So this is a living cartilage.
It's something like this that you're going to be able to put into people's knees.
Right.
I like to think of this as 3 chapters, 3 horizons of growth. That first horizon oftentimes happens in academia, proving that your technology works on the bench. And horizon 2 is proving your technology works in humans, in clinical trials. Horizon 3, which we are just starting to see, is proving our technology works in the economy and proving that our technology works in culture. It makes surgeons' lives better by reducing surgical time, by making patients' lives better by reducing their number of surgeries and the time they spend in surgery. And it saves the healthcare system money on the time scale that matters. So I think that's what makes it tough, is that there's multiple interdependent issues that change over time.
And that's why it's called tough tech, because it's very, very tough.
Yeah. The next chapter for us is to figure out how can we innovate on the business model in tandem with innovating on the technology. And that is exciting because to me, that shows, wait a second, if we can be ahead of the curve on that, that's how we win.